So if your dog stops listening the second they're off their leash, or you can't get their attention from across the yard, the training tool you use actually matters here. So let's go over the SafeShock dog training collar. I'm gonna go over the key features, show you how it works, and talk about who this is for, all to help you make a better informed buying decision. So this is a remote training collar for dogs. So we have the receiving collar plus the handheld remote, and this is USB rechargeable, and it's designed to fit small, medium, and large dogs. So let's have a look at what you get here. Okay, so this is everything that's in the box. So of course you've got the receiver collar with a nylon strap. I'll look at it here, and there's the charging right here, and the power button. It's a nice strap, has a buckle on it. It's really easy to put on. And then we have the handheld remote. And of course we have our USB charging cable, USB-A to USB-C. Okay, and then we have the test light here, and I'll go and show you how that works in a minute. And as you see, the build quality is really solid. The strap feels comfortable, and this is pretty lightweight. And it also charges up really quickly, which is nice. Okay, so let's go over some of the features here. So we have 3 modes total. We have the beep, the vibration, and the static correction. So what's nice about this, even if you've got a big dog who likes to jump, the beep is often all you need to redirect them. And we'll go over a demo of me going through all these different modes in a second here. Okay, another great feature about this is the 4,200 foot range. So this is the remote range, and that's roughly 3 city blocks of clear line of sight communication. So whether you're in the backyard, at the park, or doing recall training in an open field, the signal stays strong even when your dog is well out in front of you. In my experience, most home collars exaggerate range pretty hard, and this one actually holds up. I've seen people test it at almost 3 blocks away on a slight slope and still get beep and vibration through. And the receiver here is IPX7 rated waterproof, so it can handle rain, splashes, wet grass, and even brief submersion in water. So in real life with a dog, this includes puddles and pool dips, and you don't have to pull this off every time the weather turns bad. Okay, so now let's go into the actual device here. So we of course have the collar, and we'll go ahead and turn this on. Really simple, just press this once, and it turns on, press it twice, and it turns off. So keep it on. Let's go ahead and unbuckle this. Okay, and then we have our remote. So we can just press the top here and it automatically turns on. So we have our different controls. We have the static correction, then we have the vibration, then we have the locking of the static correction. That way you don't have any accidents when you just turning it on. And then we have the beep. So, and then the very top right here is adjusting the different levels. Okay, so let's go over the vibration mode, which is what we're on right now. We can adjust the levels, and we can adjust 15 levels of vibration. So we can go ahead and set that by pressing the button in, and then we just press the vibration button here, and it starts vibrating. Really simple. Again, you can adjust the intensity, go ahead and press down on the button. We can go all the way to 15 here, lock that in, and level 15 vibration. Okay, and then we have the beep, really simple. Just the beep, you can see on the front here. The light goes along with the beep, and it also lights up when we do the vibration as well. And then we have the channel button. And the channel button is just, if you have multiple collars, we can see we just have one collar on right now, and we can just flip through the different collars. So that's another great thing about this, is the remote can be used for multiple collars, and it's really easy to set up. Right, now the static correction. So first we wanna make sure that it works. So we'll go ahead and take our little light device here, and there's a light right there that will light up if the static is working. It's gonna put this on top, okay? And then we'll go to the static. We'll go ahead and press the button. It lights up. So we can adjust the level of the static as well. So press the static button. We go all the way up to level 99. So you go ahead and set it. We'll set it at 71. There we go. You can see that it is lighting up. And then we also have the lock as well. So no static comes through, and that locks, as you can see right there. And of course, you want to have this so you don't hit it by accident. So the static setting is actually quite strong even on the lower levels. So starting at the very lowest, if you are going to use the static correction, is best here, and locking it in when you don't need it. Okay, and then putting this on your dog, you'll want this under their neck, these 2 prongs here. And when you tighten it, make sure you can still fit 1 finger through. That way it's still snug, but not too tight on your dog. Okay, so who is this collar for? Really anyone who wants a humane beep and vibrate first training approach. It works really well for people doing recall training in big open spaces. The 4,200 foot range covers it, and it works for owners with jumpers, counter surfers or barkers. Quick beep is often all you need here. It's also a really good option for positive reinforcement training. You can use the vibrate as an attention getter, the beep as a marker, and because the strap and intensity levels are both adjustable, this works for small, medium, and large dogs as well. So who this is not for, so if you're a professional trainer who needs the most premium gear out there, this isn't going to replace a $1,000 setup, but for everyday owners who want a reliable, well-built training collar without making a huge investment, this is a really good option. So the pros of this is really customizable. You don't have to use the static at all. Even if you do use the static, you have many different power options, so you can start all the way in the lowest setting. Strap is nice, it's adjustable. As you saw, the functions, the controls on this are really easy to use. It's nice that it has the static lock on here as well. And it's great that it works for all different sizes of dogs. And you can also get multiple collars and operate them from this one device. So that's really nice. One thing that could be improved is if you do have a small dog, this could it'll look a little bulky. It's not that big of an issue. It's not gonna be, heavy for your small dog. It's really lightweight. It would just be nicer if it was a little bit smaller in general. So in my opinion, if you want a training collar with beep and vibration first, serious range, and a safety lock, this is definitely worth checking out.